Hello everyone, I would like to introduce you to Marion County, West Virginia. It's in the middle of everywhere and full of history and fun, not to mention delicious food and beer. Start your day off right with a locally brewed cup of coffee and a breakfast meal from Joe and Crowe, where you can learn how to throw your own cup of coffee on their pottery wheels. Not only does this town have 2 exciting and challenging 18-hole disc golf courses in Morris Park, but a short drive away is a step back in time at Prickett's Fort, where they featured costumed interpreters and demonstrations of colonial crafts. Make sure you stop by Summit Financial, which offers investment, retirement, and estate planning, life insurance, and long-term insurance. And after all that, enjoy a beer and dinner while listening to live music at the Rambling Root. We want to thank the Marion County Visitors Bureau and the Fairmont Flyers for inviting us out to cover this amazing event again this year. Now let's get the show started. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Disc Golf Examiner. Today we're bringing you coverage from the 2022 Seth Burton Memorial. This is the round 2 front 9 coverage. I'm your host, Bryan Keegan, joined today by tournament director Josh Smith. Josh, how are you?
Hey, I'm good, thanks. I'm glad we had that fire going. It was a little cooler day today.
That's right. We got remnants of Hurricane Ian hitting us during this round. Brad Schick also joining us on commentary. How are you doing, Brad?
What's up, Brian? What's up, Josh? Looking forward to it, guys.
Yeah, we have yourself from round 1, as well as Trevon, Dan Brooks-Wells, and Kevin Kiefer all joining us. Dan's at 8. You guys, Trevon and Brad are at 9 under. Dan is at 8 under, and Kevin there is at 7 under. So it's a close race here coming to Orange Crush.
Oh, yeah, hole 1. This is definitely the first of a string of par 4s on the front 9 here. And just getting off the tee and safely is probably your number 1 priority here, especially you don't want to start the tournament with a bad kick and go anywhere down these hills.
Yeah, and it was, as Brian said, the hurricane was moving our way, and the weather was quite a bit different. We all had layers on and umbrellas handy, so.
I like the sidearm play here, usually very safe. Oh.
Yeah, just missed a little bit. First day was perfect, just a little bit left of that, and you take that shot 9 out of 10 times and just maybe you miss a foot right or a foot left, and I squared it. So I'll be scrambling for par.
Trevon also going sidearm here. Little hyzer flip up, looks good.
Perfection.
Got
Yeah, that's
down.
real good.
Nice. Yeah, 446 to an elevated basket. Do you think that elevated basket adds a little more difficulty?
100%. Yeah, with the slope, we were talking about it last round. If you're on that left side of the basket, the challenge is so much more severe than if you're on the top right side. So, got to be very, very specific about your layup even on this hole.
Man, it's like twice as hard of a putt if you're a left for sure.
Kevin's out of Florida. I played with him earlier this year at Lexington, and he can absolutely smash it.
Yeah.
It's effortless. That's the thing. These kids throw so far, and they don't look like they're even throwing it. So that's a great drive there by Kevin.
Be right there looking at the basket, having a good chance for a layup and take a bird. Brad, are you scrambling here mid-range, or are you back still with driving?
Yeah, I just picked up a nuke. My goal is just trying to get the distance as much as I can. I didn't figure a layup throwing short was going to do me much more. If I hit that, that's probably where my layup would have been. So I just figured I would bust at it and see how far I could get. Got way down there. Yeah, that was probably about 150 feet shorter than my drive from the first round. So fortunate to get there. And Dan's kind of in a similar spot. He's in a better location on the fairway, but he's still way back, and you're not really thinking I'm going to park this and birdie it. If you do, that's great. But more so just move down the fairway as far as you can, because it's probably 250 out at minimum. So
there was an old tree right by the creek that fell down recently. It died, and it made this hole, I think, a little easier.
yeah.
Just for that second shot right here, where you can see it right there on the left. That's the one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dan fell off a little to the right, and he's going to give himself a real scary putt to start the round if he decides to run it. And Trevon, a little hot.
A little hot, yeah. He'll have some work to do.
This is the spot.
Ooh, turn it. He didn't turn it over. Uh-oh.
It's not good.
Nope.
I blame that on cold hands and some wind, and maybe I don't even think it was nerves, because he doesn't strike me as this kind of guy that gets nervous. I think it was just a little bit of a misfire, and got to commit on these hills. You have to commit to your shot, or the slightest little lazy throw ends up being magnified really bad to a bad shot. So.
Yeah, this was an old chimney structure down here in the park, or the old park before they moved it up to the top. The park used to originally be down here in the woods, and we have a couple holes, one on the orange, one on the red on hole 8, that are elevated like this, and we're kind of proud of ourselves to put it in such a unique. We wanted to feature those stone things, and the co-designer Phil Burton, he's really big into stonework. So
yeah, it's really, really unique, and adds a layer of difficulty that you wouldn't have if that were just on the flat ground. It would not be nearly the same hole. So like that, Dan's running that on a level putt all day long, and twice on Sunday. That he's thinking, you know what, maybe it's not worth it right now. It's not, if you're winning the tournament, it's trying to win the tournament's a different story, but maybe not for the start of the second round.
Oh, good putt by Trevon, sticking the elevated basket.
Very nice.
Gets an examination. I like it. Yeah, from down there, at least you can run it though too, I guess. But that you got to be on your marks if you're putting uphill like that.
It's a good start. Even that's a scary putt. I mean, it's not all that far, but we've got nothing but air behind you.
I got to attest, as a short guy, when you're really close, sometimes
like
it's
this. Like I didn't even know what to do there.
Oh boy,
it's kind of a jump shot. So.
Yep. Oh, it works. All right.
Par's not bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Hole 1, 446. Hole 2, 456. Another par 4. A good power turnover backhand or controlled sidearm will get you down the fairway pretty far. You definitely don't want to hit these early trees and kick at all. Once you get up to this point, there are 2 different gaps getting down there, left and right. The drone's flying the right-hand side, but if you're down the left, I think it's almost easier to get the upshot. And
tricky hole for sure. We had a really pretty big stiff wind kind of coming right up at the gut. Not as much on the tee shot. You can see it a little bit, but on the second shot, especially where it opens up a little bit. So, the sidearm is a popular play because you can hit this hill and kind of funnel back down. Typically, he's a little higher than maybe he wanted to be, but he's way down there. I tried the same gap and just stand it just a slight bit too much, and unfortunately kick a little early. And these are some of the power backhands that you're looking for here. Just got to commit to that line and let it go. It's just a tad low.
I remember playing this one time with Corey. I don't think it was in the Seth Burton, but he drove the basket from this tee.
He's a freak. That's Corey though. That was a good throw there. And you could see kind of how it funnels down. Even on the back end, it'll hit and kind of funnel back down to where it's more of an ideal landing spot. So there you can kind of get an idea of that wind, and it's coming off that road to the left where it's just wide open. So I was really just trying to make the first gap, and if, it got down there, great. Oh, that's how it got down there. I was trying to figure out why it was so far left. So I was definitely coming in a little hot, but that's what you'll get with a 12 speed.
Oh yeah. See, he's just too much right to have that left gap, so he's going to have to go this either flex around a tree or I guess that's what it looks like what he's trying to do here. That right gap is looking at him, but I see now.
Yeah, the basket that you could see for people that aren't as used to this course is the shorter basket, which we are not playing to. So he's trying to flex it over a little bit by the red basket and then get it to come over to the left. So, and he was so close to executing it too.
He's near the green. I'd say circle 2. I like the slide. I like where he's at. This is the
spot. Yeah.
Good chance for a bird. Yeah, good stuff there.
Just a little overturned, but probably circle's edge, straight up the hill, wide open.
This is a tough scramble here. If you can hyzer around these trees just right, you can put yourself in good position, but he's going to have to hit those first gap first. Got through. He's up.
Well done. That's a win. Yeah. Give yourself a chance, wide open putt, straight up the hill. Dan want no part of that.
Yeah. I can see the wind just blowing them leaves around too, yeah.
It was blowing pretty hard.
What a putt.
2 for 2 for Trevon. It's a great start.
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to Jermaine Barksdale. Got an eagle on this hole.
Wow, that's really, really good. It must have been a throw in from a good distance out. So
yeah.
Another good birdie. Nice putt from Kevin.
10 birdies on the day.
Okay, it's a good spread. 25% or so.
Yeah.
Watch how these guys extend and push out all the way. Got to fall through. And I'm about the same distance on the other side around the tree and just thankful that it didn't hit and roll. So no harm, just a par, but kind of hoping to get a birdie on one of the first 2 for sure. So good birdies from Trevon and Kev, though.
Yeah, 5 par 4s in a row. This is our third here. 458 feet. It goes across this hillside here and then dogleg left straight down the hill. And you're almost better to go this upper route where the drone is flying because it is more open. We trim this side and keep it clear. And then once you turn left down the hill, the basket's on a slope. That's kind of a fast green down there.
I feel like the club, like you guys have cleared that left side out so much. It looks so much better than it ever did over the years. And I don't know if I'm making that up or just in my brain. It's just looks so much cleaner and more available, I guess. But yeah, in years past, most people are always going straight down the middle. Trevon goes super aggressive and throws a roller, like a cut roller. Almost kills the camera guy, and the disc just rolls and rolls and rolls, and it is way down there. So
that's one of the best drives I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was. I mean, from the tee, we couldn't tell. We knew it had a good cut angle on it, but most people aren't trying to go that aggressive. So he corrected it from the first round. If you watch the first round coverage, and that was a great break too, because Kevin let it go quite a bit low, but got that skip, and it's way down there. So 2 for 2 on great drives.
You go up the middle with the sidearm.
Yep, I just play for placement on the high side here and then give myself the open look down. And that's a really good spot. And it's wide open. It's just straight down the hill. So that's all I've really ever practiced. And so I can't watch these young kids go super aggressive. Just bad things happen. That is another superb shot. So I'm just straight down the hill, pretty much where I was before, just trying to play the wind was blowing so hard in my face that I was trying to kind of play it into the ground and maybe hit a tree, and it just hit the ground and shot off and was just big trouble.
Yeah, I'm sure trying to lay up in this wind and that hill is going to be difficult today. And the little flare skip definitely made your birdie putt a lot harder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this
Kevin,
is great.
wow. It's a tricky layup here, but if you stick it, you can be rewarded with a tap-in bird. Looks good. Oh, yeah.
Perfection. That's how you play it.
Mm-hmm.
Trevon with the eagle putt, but I recall he wanted no part of it. Just take your birdie and move.
Yeah.
Too much
Smart.
bad stuff. And I'm in jail. I had
Mm.
walked up a couple of times just to figure out what to even do. Luckily, was able to find a little gap and just get out of there. It's not great down there, and as it shouldn't be. Don't go
Mm-hmm.
cleaning that up. Make
Yeah.
people pay for bad shots.
We were told to keep that backstop down there just to stop this from going too far over the hill. Kevin left himself some work and got punished.
Yeah, he's not happy about that. It was such a good drive to
Mm-hmm.
let one go, and Trevon to go 3 for 3. A little bit of a headwind.
Whew.
Looked a little shaky.
Got it in. Yep. So his layup was good. He's just that wind and that hillside is probably in your mind at all times.
Mm-hmm. I was fine with getting the par after that.
Mm-hmm.
Thing about these holes, all of them, if you don't get off the tee clean on most of these, or the upshot's not precise, you have no. I mean, the birdie's just not. It's not happening. So just well designed.
11 birdies on the day there. But hole 4, this one's a good one. Up the hill, see a lot of turnover sidearms and backhand hyzer flip type shots just to land in the middle. Sidearm can get you further, but I think the backhand can be a safe placement shot. If you get anywhere near that dead tree that's on there on the right, then you're doing good work. You'll have a sneak shot to go up some more gaps.
Mm-hmm.
To get to the top of the hill here where the orange basket is.
Yeah, it's quite a fun hole and very unique, as most of these holes are. If you come from flat land like where I'm from, we just don't have holes like this. And so throwing straight uphill or straight downhill, your discs do different things. And Trevon leaves it out a little wide. This tee was like ice. The mud was caked on it from the rain. So we were all trying to throw back a little bit or just not take a full run up. And I think it was kind of impacting all of us. You'll see Kevin, I think he plays way off to the right and a little short of it. Oh, it actually went just short of it. That's right. Just smashed it though. Great shot.
That's where you want to be right there. Yeah. He'll be looking at the basket from there.
And I tried way left and way short and absolute shank. So Trevon and I are almost in the same spot and they're just really bad. You're just going for trying to save par at this point. Where Kevin's drive was.
Yeah, this one took a lot of work. This was almost a whole 2 days of work from the club. There was a tree down at the very back up by the orange basket with a bunch of wisteria, and the club came out and cleared it up and even made more of a green than I think we've ever had on that orange basket. So
wow. So much work that some folks would never know. So looked great.
Yeah, I would say easy the last 10 weekends we were out here in some shape or form, working on the course, mowing, sawing, getting it ready for this tournament.
Wow. Trevon trying to save the par here. A little wide, but that's well done. Should be a tap in par after a not so great drive.
Yeah.
And this is Kevin's drive.
Wow.
Which is just so far up there.
like he's aiming at that V tree right to the right of the basket, and if you can get close to that, he'll have a birdie. Oh, he's tapping in.
Yep, perfect.
And also getting up there. Oh,
yep.
Wide.
And this is, I believe, where it started to rain. I think we got 3 or 4 holes in, and then it just started to come out right there, and we were all starting to go, oh crap, it's coming. The hurricane has arrived. So quite a bummer from Dan to not get that one. You just don't have that many opportunities on this tough layout, to get birdies. And so when you let one go, it's just kind of a disappointing feeling.
I was checking out the scores. Both courses, par was at 1,000 or higher, and on average. So that was pretty good ratings.
Mm-hmm. Trevon's starting to run away with this thing. He's 3 ahead now. Kevin's got to tap in for bird, and you can see the rain coming.
Oh, wow. All right. No stranger to the rain. I know I learned a lot playing with Brad Schick. Learned my rain game watching you. So I'm sure you'll have no problems. Hole 5 here. Another par 4. 469 feet. This was the difficult one. Played 4.34 on average. Really just getting anywhere off the tee and just getting a couple hundred feet down will give you a good look at the next fairway where you want to go. But it is a difficult dogleg right. You can see here on the turn, if you get all the way down to here on your drive and give yourself a tunnel shot here, you can get the 3. It is possible.
Yeah, this is a fun hole. Again, little slick on the tee pad, so I think everyone was trying to determine where do you want to plant to just feel the confidence. I mean, it's all confidence on the throw. Don't go up to something you're not feeling good about. So just a little bit lighter on the feet and commit to it. That's really all you can do. So that was a really good shot by Kevin there.
I'd be shocked if I see anything other than sidearms off this, but I have seen some backhand turnovers and even rollers, so maybe Trevon could surprise me. Stop. Okay. Yeah, if you get around those trees just right, you
Look
can
at the
be
roll. Look at the
oh.
that's the 1050 love right there.
Good position there for the upshot. Yeah, we had to trim out this ceiling too. The trees were getting lower and that bush was getting wider out, so we had to get the sidearm back in play. Looks pretty open here. I know the shot gets thin at the end, so we didn't want to make the beginning any more difficult. All right. Brad with
the one tree that you're aiming at, and I squared it. So yeah, you get caught up early, then it's really you're just back into scramble mode, just trying to save your par.
Had a bad tree kick there. Root.
Yeah, just unfortunate to kick down into the woods. If that kicks off to the right, it's pretty much in prime spot. So gonna still be working, and it starts right now is where it really started getting slippery. Ooh. And everyone's kind of looking for a little extra grip on their disc. That was another misfire by Kevin. Just same sort of thing. Trevon's in a great spot here where you're expecting birdie from this spot.
Oh yeah, got the opportunity to pure one down this tight gap, right past the red bush.
Great shot.
And got all the way up there. Wow. Past the basket. Amazing. Little guarded green, but that gap kind of gets tighter after you pass the red basket, but it's still pretty fair.
Yeah, spoiler alert, if you missed round 1, I had a really cool shot that went straight into the red basket. So it might be worth just fast forwarding to that if you're bored.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm not the only one that's ever done that. So that was a really good shot by Dan. Great up and down. And Kevin, probably about 130 feet, would you say? 140 from there?
Yeah, that's a good place to, to scramble from. Getting to be in the middle of the fairway and be able to throw that shot past the basket and up to the green here is fine with me, I think.
It's a little bit of a miss there, giving himself a little more work. That slope, tough to really see it on camera. It really slopes hard from right to left, and you get the slightest bit of hyzer on that or overturn it like this, and it just goes and slides, and just leave yourself a lot of extra work just to get the heart rate going a little bit. And it's raining, and couldn't make your mind up if you're hot, if you were cold, if it was just it was that weird temperature of get a little cold with the wind, and then you start sweating when you put the jacket back on. So
a little short. Only 4 birdies on the day with this. They might have been earlier in the round too. I'm sure they were before you guys, but Cody Bradshaw was one of them, and Tom Sears and Mark Fed.
Nice.
Yep. It's a good par save.
Yeah, I was thrilled with that, to be honest. Cannot afford to give him back.
Yeah, this course will take him from you for sure.
Kevin from about 25-ish.
Count it.
Nice. And Trevon, with a rare miss, catching no metal, leaves himself about 15-ish though along. No doubt, no problem. Probably feeling a little. Sorry, he's a little disappointed, I'm sure, after that second shot was caught a little bit extra skip on him, but still 12 down, and everyone else is fighting, staying at 9, so he's 3 ahead. So off to hole 6.
Yeah, this one's it gets a little easier. We get a few par 3s now after we had all those par 4s. Hole 6 is 262 feet. Tight little gap here to get through across the creek. If you can get onto the green and get a skip to the right here, you'll get up to what we kind of call, I think the name of this hole is the Warden. And you get into the jail cell here to where we left a lot of these trees to kind of protect that basket and make it a lot harder than the red one.
Yeah, it's so challenging. Mostly sidearms, I would guess. Here you've got a tight gap on the probably 125 feet off the tee that that's kind of my goal always going into this hole is hit the first 125 to 150 feet, and then after that everything's kind of else is a bonus. If you get caught up early, you just really could find yourself bogeying pretty quick. So Trevon's early. At least he kicked to the left. The left side you at least are open. If you kick early and right, it's just really tough to get up and down.
Yeah, see a lot of folks hitting that left gap like Daniel went when we play for the red basket, and that middle gap straight ahead, which is tighter when you're playing for the long. But if you get kicked left or right going there, that middle gap can be treacherous. Looks like you're pure in the middle gap.
Yeah, I was early and just getting a little frustrated because I wasn't trusting my footwork, and I just let it go early. That was a miss that got really fortunate. Yeah, I just let it go a little early again. So need to reset.
All right, get some of that course karma from playing all these events here, Brad. Trevon with the good traditional type of sidearm there, but got a kick. Makes it a little tougher. We'll be putting in between some trees for that look for par. Hole played 3.34. It's a little more difficult.
Wow. Yep. It's a good save there by Kevin. Dan was like 60 long on this, which I've never seen anyone that far back, but missed his line a little bit, threw something a little overstable, and with that turn, it just carried with the skip. So Trevon is here putting for par from probably 25 to 30 back up the hill, and that's a big save. Certainly not wanting to give one back.
Yeah, I've many times played this hole, and even an upshot from a good throw can get a kick and roll all the way down the hill. So a 3 is just fine, I believe.
I agree.
Only 4 birdies on the day.
Wow.
Dustin Pratt, Tony Mo Rice among them.
Good save. Bunch of pars.
Take a barbecue. All right. Hole 6 here, another par 3. This one only, I'm sorry, we're on 7. 200, another par 3, hole 7, 273 feet. Similar to hole 6, but there's a different gap. It's just kind of like a straight down gap, no creek to cross. Really want to try to maneuver yourself to be on the high side here. Like a sidearm is a good play, I believe, here. If you throw a backhand, you have to really trust it and keep it right the whole time. But getting up here on this green, if you can, is a task. And that's probably why this hole played 3.17.
Yeah, it's tough. The backhand, you got to commit, get a little bit fortunate. And I'm not sure. I don't even know what Kevin got through. He got through a couple of very skinny gaps, and it just worked. So,
Wow.
Again, commit, throw it hard, and just hope. And then you have this sidearm play, which seems a little more likely for most people. Trevon pulled it just a tad, but I think the key for the sidearm that I've seen is keeping it low. If you do hit a tree, you're not kicking so far off path. So a little higher on the right side, like you said, will allow you to get some action from that right side of the hill to funnel back down to the basket is kind of what I've seen with most success. So,
yeah, I like the sidearm here myself just because you can thread that gap and hopefully not kick left. Kicking. Oh, wow. Was that your drive? Did it do that?
That was Dan's drive. And we were actually like, you might want to grab that before it just completely folds. And yeah, I looked up and thought that's quite a weird looking mushroom. And it was just disc. So, yeah, Kevin had to get a picture of it.
Oh, I had a good thing. He had a big stick right there laying around. All right.
Got it.
Cool.
Trevon's in jail.
He's trying to throw a chop roll here, cut roller. Left himself a look, but that's a pretty tough one. He's also scrambling here. He's got to pure this last gap to get on the green.
Yeah, this is that high side where if you get the right side, it usually skips kind of the reverse skip, which he played perfectly to give himself a little 15, 20 footer. So great shot by Dan. And I was thinking the same thing, but the angle wasn't there. So I just went wide and hoped that I hit the hill and stopped, which fortunately I did. So it's just, I thought I was just in trouble. Trevon getting a good stop there after aggressive putt.
Yeah, 6 birdies on the day on this hole. It was a plate.
There's one of them right there. That was great.
There it is.
Great birdie. Way to take advantage of it from Kevin. So,
yeah, jumping the top of the box there.
The rest of us trying to save par here.
Still raining at this point, or?
I think it was kind of letting up. It was going off and on, but at this point, I think it would stopped. It seemed like it kept coming and going. And you'll see sweatshirts on, then sweatshirts off, and then sweatshirts on. It's like you walk up one of these hills, and then you start sweating, and then next thing you know, you're waiting for a minute, and then you're cold again. So, no, Trevon did take the bogue. I forgot he hit early and couldn't get up and down. So, I was happy to get. I just scrambling for pars on all these. I think that's 7 straight.
Hole 8, Johnny's Quest. This hole sponsored by 1986 and other more than multiple than that PDGA World Champion Johnny Sias. This one, I'm surprised. Played 2.93. I thought it'd be harder. It's a tough, tight gap. It's one of those shots where you just a gap right off the bat on the tee, and then if you can just get out here into this green zone, you have a layup. But if you can really let loose on one, you can get on the green and even give yourself a look. And there,
it's a very I was gonna say it's a very technical tee shot. You have to. I mean, you'll see people hit these first trees, and then you're fighting for bogey at that point. So, if you've got some good power, you can pop that backhand and get it to flip to flat there, and then it just funnels right to the hole. But again, tee pads were slick. It just made it a lot more challenging than the day before, where everything was nice and dry. So
Yeah.
I've been going with the sidearm over the last few years, hitting that outside line and just letting the hill kind of drag it down.
Ooh,
And
it works. What are
yeah,
you
it works.
throwing?
That's a Zeus, beat up Zeus that I threw both days, and I think I was within 5 feet of each other on both. So it
Wow.
was lucky the first time. The second time, I actually thought, well, maybe I meant to do it. So
Hmm.
Trevon just a hair wide and got caught up on the high side, which is a common miss, I think. Now you're just fighting for par at this point. He's 100 feet at least.
Yeah.
Good shot.
11 birdies on the day. This one, the people took advantage of it. This one in our, I know in our leagues, it's a tough bird.
That's surprising. 11 is, I wouldn't expect it to be that high either, Josh, because the
Yeah.
tee pad and just the weather and it says 319, but it sure plays a lot further than that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good par from Trevon.
Good shot from Kevin, and we got Brad for the birdie. Count it.
Finally, 8 holes later. Oh, it says par, but I think it's a birdie. But that's okay.
Yeah, that was a 2. So then we get up from here. Oh, we got one more. Sorry. Can't forget Daniel.
There you go. Good par.
We're back to par 4s now with hole number 9. It does have a Mando there. And good play is a hyzer or a turnover sidearm.
That's usually what you see. Just really hard to penetrate through these gaps and just get any sort of distance. But the shot that I've seen most successful is going long. Like you go way longer than you think you need to, even up in the darker spot on the right there, and you have what I feel like is bigger gaps and more opportunity. So people that try to cut it off early, again, you can get way up in there, but if you do hit anything, you're kind of doomed. On the long shot, you can, even if you go all the way through cleanly, I feel like you still have more opportunities. And if you hit early, you're still far enough up there to have some chances. So I've been going with the sidearm high and just trying to get it to flex out. And love that to start. It just caught that late one.
Just one of the backhands. We see a lot of these when we play. Yeah, I like that angle. Kind of rolling the dice, though. Hit the tree. Got lost some distance there. So they'll have a tough scramble. There's one of those wide. Oh, look at the roller.
I would love to have seen where that went. I've not seen the sidearm roller very often, but.
Is this a roller as well? Oh. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, he had a lot of trouble with it the first round. The rain's back. It's just kind of getting ugly again, I think. Stopped for a half a hole, and now it's back. That was so close.
It'll be amazing par here if he can get through all this.
Yeah, he's still way back. He's not even where most of the drives. You're trying to land your drives. Like he's still so far back.
Yeah, we did open up a little gap here on the left. I knew we did cut a couple skinny trees right through here, but there's still more trees up above. And he flips around all of them. Amazing shot for Trevon.
Stud.
Yeah. That's why he's on lead card.
You got to be able to scramble at this course. You're not going to always get the most favorable luck or results from certain spots, and you just got to have it all.
Yeah, hole 9, 4.05 on the day. So played not bad. Guess how many birdies?
Oh, man. I'm going to guess like 7.
11.
Wow. That's really good. It's a tough hole. I mean, it's short. It's not a long hole for a par 4. Obviously, you see 331 on your brain and you go, well, how could you not get a 3? But it plays straight uphill, and the landing zones, no matter how far you throw your drive, you're still probably going to have 150 to 200 feet through. a lot of trees, as you can see there. Dan really didn't have much. I didn't have much. I actually skipped it just a little too fast right under the basket, and it just flared quite a bit on the high right side. So here's Dan for a long birdie from, I don't know, 80 to 90 feet. So still got a chance.
You got to give this a bid when you have it. Pretty safe backdrop. But get in there. Oh, what a amazing bird.
We were like, what just happened? Is it not raining?
Wow.
Commitment.
Definitely worth an examination. Great putt.
Just enough on the chains there in the basket. So it was amazing.
Way to go, Daniel.
Smile. Here's another birdie attempt.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. Didn't want to leave him out. He's lining up pretty good. Stick got it. Wow.
Very nice. And then I got a birdie attempt. Don't forget.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Oh.
No good.
Yeah. Left a little work on the comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see some rain dripping down there from the trees, but oh no. The spit. Oh no, the spit roll away. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, it was
Ouch.
It was gross. Because the putt was almost off the pole. It was just silly, so it's one of those where spit out for par, like, okay, and then you look down to get your mini, and then you look up and it's still rolling. And I thought I was going to do it again. So yeah, those are the hard ones. You go from birdie attempt to double bogey. Yeah, heartbreaker to end the front nine.
Oh, champ.
Well, the weather is just going to continue to rain, it looks like, here. As we finish up the front nine, we'll be getting ready here for the back nine. Special thank you to all the sponsors that made this event possible and our coverage. Josh, Brad, thank you both for joining us today for commentary.
Thanks, Bryan.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And until next time, keep banging those chains.